Hey guys, Bilty here, and today I'm doing some wireless redstone by request of Fusio Max. I think that's how you say it. Maybe, probably not, but there we go. So, just switch off this music and turn back into cheat mode, because might need that. There we go. So, generally what the wireless redstone mod is using redstone to wirelessly attach stuff. So if you don't want loads of redstone wiring going everywhere, or red alloy wiring going everywhere, then this is a nice simple way to just use, say, a lever here and to open a door over there without any redstone wiring. There's absolutely no redstone wire around this. I'm attempting to not break anything, but as you can see, no redstone wiring, nothing to connect that to that. So that's how that works. Guess I could show that too. See, nothing. It's floating now. There's nothing there, and no point really showing that one. But how this works is, if I don't fall down, if you shift and if you just right click, then it comes up with this interface, and this is a wireless transmitter, which is wireless, and receiver not that's how you make it. It's just obsidian sticks, which takes 2 obsidian, and then a receiver dish, which is a aretha pearl and an obsidian stick. And aretha pearls are kind of expensive. They're not really cheap, but they're not really massively hard to get. But yeah, and then you've got the stone wire and stone wafer there, so not too hard. The receiver is kind of the same, except you need a receiver dish instead of a wireless transceiver. No, I didn't. And that's just made with a stone bowl instead of obsidian sticks, which is just 3 stone, so like a normal bowl, except for with stone. These just simply allow you to connect, well, they just let you connect far away redstone if you need it to. Say if you had Portalgun and stuff, there's all sorts that you can do with it. But now another way to do this is, as you can see, these are set to 101, and there's a touch of lag. I'm hoping it sorts itself out. Yep, there we go. So you can see that's set to 101 and that's set to 101. This is just because I was messing around earlier and had a look at other stuff as well, which I'll show you in a minute. But what happens with if I press this, it simply does that. It just opens it without having to flick this lever over here. Now this is a remote. I'm pretty sure it was called something else. So it's a wireless remote normally, but I went and coloured it because I'm fun like that. This is just made with a button and a wireless transceiver, which was aretha pearl and an obsidian stick. Nice and kind of cheap, and it's useful. And to access this one, you have to shift and right click, and you can change it to different stuff. Like you can change it to 90, although this won't do anything. It will just kind of, nothing happens because there's nothing set to it. But if you, and you can also name new ones. Say if I went back to 90 and then typed in 90, you can type in any name and then add it. It'll put it there. And you can then just double click these and it'll set it to the thing. The whole blue thing though is set through this, which is by putting Luma, which is from Redpower. You can also use different dyes as well. White and black don't do anything apart from white resets it pretty much. So if I changed it to that, it just resets it to its default color, and it should now be called wireless remote. Yeah, or remote. So yeah, but you can change it to different colors. I have blue, white, and green, blue, white, and orange in there, just because they were the first colors I clicked on. But yeah, that's what that does. Useful bit of thing. Now the next thing is a map. This will show, if I go over here, there will be red dots whenever you, I probably should have pressed the lever first. So now you can see a red dot there, and when I go away from it, the red dot's there on the map, and this just allows you to find all your where all your transmission things are and whatnot. Not a very good use, but a better use is this triangulator, which will find the it's practically a compass, and in which if you have it set to the right frequency by pressing shift and right click, it will guide you to that frequency, like it's showing you where it is. So say if you had like 6 houses and you just wanted to know in which direction they were, you just make this and it'll show you where to go. You have to search this one out, so I was hoping it would just let me now, but that's just easy enough to make as well. So it's just iron around it and a wireless transceiver. Now I'd say these are kind of worth it, even if they are slightly more than a normal compass, because I mean, how often do you go out and make another house and then lose it completely? I mean, okay, you've got to make a transmitter, but you only have to make the transmitter for it to pick this up. You don't have to go and make something that's receiving it as well. So yeah, that's always useful. I'm not sure if this turns it on though. No, it doesn't. So you have to leave it turned on for it to pick it up. But as I say, you don't have to have this there. You can just have it transmitting. Like if I got rid of this, it still works regardless. So that's a nice useful thing. The next thing, if I replace this here, and if I then put this, actually let's do a different one first. Let's put, now these are practically EMP things, like they're called reps. I don't know what it stands for, I've already forgotten, but they're EMPs, so when you throw it, it'll turn off all the redstone or all of the electric stuff around it. So as you can see, and these do hurt, like if I don't have any armor on, I'm pretty sure it'll hurt a lot. That hurt a lot, and that doesn't want to shift click. But yeah, so that hurts. So you don't really want to be chucking them near you. Now these last about a minute, I'd say, and they're pretty effective. I mean, if you have a mate that always likes to make his redstone go on, so it's confusing to how you open a door or whatever, you can just switch that on, and now they won't have a problem, because then their door will just automatically open if they change, or I don't know, you can use it for some things. Now this is a wireless jammer, which at that moment was jamming my remote, and as you can see, I can no longer actually right click as long as this is shooting at me. If I come all the way over, and they just turned on as well about a minute after. If I just come over here, these turn on a bit faster than them, but they're still quite effective, and I quite like them. It adds to kind of SMP feel. It's not so much useful for SSP really, but it's taking a while. Am I set? Yeah. It might be because you can't do it while there's nothing there to do, so as these are just broken at the moment technically, but yeah, that's how that works. They're pretty cool, and you'll know when these are fixed if you've got a redstone pulse going in. They'll kind of flicker for a second and then they'll decide to turn on about 2 seconds after that, so it's an interesting part of the mod. I wouldn't often use it, but there we go. Now this wireless sniffer, this is interesting. If this finally turns back on, which it has, and as you can see that just flickered on, this will tell you which IDs are being used, and as you can see 101 and it's named build is being used. On an SMP server, anything that isn't available, as you can set some things to be not available, will be greyed out, and any private ones that you own, I think it's only if you own them, will be set to green, and obviously that's just so you know which ones are which and which ones are being used. In an SMP that's quite useful. And the other one is a private sniffer. Oh wait, this one doesn't do green dots because it's not really used for SMP, but this one does. You'll have like green dots over stuff if it's privatized, so kind of only really useful for SMP. It's not that useful for SSP, just because there's no point really using that, and it depends on how you take it, but the wireless sniffer is cheaper than this one if you can't get blaze rods, which you have to get obsidian to get to the nether, so it's kind of cheaper in a way, but it's kind of not. But I don't know, it's practically this. I would go with this one, and I might actually make this when I get around to doing an SSP series, but that's the wireless sniffers. The next thing, which I had so much fun of doing, this is a wireless tracker, and if you shift click onto it, you can set it to a certain frequency. So if I set it to 90, and then what you can do is right click, aiming at a mob, and that was a bit laggy. I don't know where that went now. I don't know if it's on it or if it's... Nope, that definitely didn't go on it. Did that end up on me? 2 seconds, I'm getting a bit of lag. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. That should have fixed it. Don't know where that thing went. So if I get another one, now these are made with obsidian and aretha pearl and slime ball, and the slime ball, I'm guessing it's simply, and this again with the lag, I don't understand it. Are you going to sort yourself out, or am I going to have to? Okay, be right back again. So I don't know where this lag is coming from because I'm not running anything, but again with this tracker, if you set it to set it to 90 and then chuck it, see it sticks to the mole. Now if you get your remote and then set that to 90, nope, not what I wanted. If you use your triangulator, set that to 90, it will always show to the cow, and as you can see, as the cow moves, the triangulator kind of moves. Yeah, there we go. That was a better example as the cow went over there. Now these do get stuck to players. I stuck it to myself earlier and I couldn't work out how to get it off, but it's simply by setting it on fire. No, Let me show them. You were useful then. And as you can see, that's just fallen off, and you can just... Oh, you son of a bitch, they're both stuck to me. Yeah, that's not helpful. What is making this lag? I don't understand. Okay, so I've picked those up. I'm not really sure why I'm getting so much lag. There's not really any reason to be, but I'll sort that out after. Because this is pretty much a wrapping up point. There's not really much else to explain as I get more lag. So lovely. So this has been Bilbsy, and I hope this has answered most of your questions about wireless redstone. Just the main point is, when you use these, as these are the main things you use, along with the wireless remote, you can just, as long as you've got redstone going into the transmitter, you can get it into the receiver. And the amount of times that I've tried to put it into the receiver and it come out the transmitter, it's just unbelievable, and I sit there for hours thinking, why doesn't this work? So just remember that this is the transmitter without the dish, and that's the receiver, and the receiver is what takes the pulse out of this, or the redstone current, or out of this one, the wireless remote. So as long as there's redstone current going into either this or you right clicking, then this will turn on, and it'll activate whatever. And I mean, this will work with any of the Redpower stuff, like any of the Redpower wire, as you can see, and any of the NOT gates, and it works the same as them. So that's about it really. So it's kind of a small mod, but I've probably done half an hour on it anyway. But yeah, thanks for watching. So I'll see you next time, and I have no idea what I'm doing next, so you'll have to be surprised. So thanks guys for watching, and